I'm Kevin Harrang. I'm the one of the founders and director of Mediger Corporation, which is headquartered out of Seattle, Washington. And prior to that, I was in-house counsel at Microsoft and in private practice before that in Seattle.
Great. So we just came out of this panel that we called you the convener of, and I wanted to get your quick reaction, something that surprised you or that you learned from the panel today.
Well, the thing that my takeaway in sort of encouraging, whenever we talk about the future, especially the future of the legal profession, there's always this hint of, are we going to be put out of a job or something like that? But what I'm impressed when you go to the actual workings of people who are on the front lines of inventing that future, whether it's at law firms or at companies or in some of the earlier panels, government or legal aid or something like that. Those people have more to do now than they ever have. And what I found and take away from it is that one of our panelists, Mike from Amazon, said towards the end is and Daniel also, there's more interesting things for lawyers to do now than there have ever been, and more need for them to do that work.
I guess your firm's sort of an example of that. If a lawyer or a lawyer's assistant is spending less time searching for a document or less time tagging a document, then they can be providing more value to the clients or taking on deeper.
Exactly. That's what we tell people is if you still send emails around your firm saying, has anyone ever done one of these or does anyone know that, then you need to get the product that your competitors are using to search for that natively.
But what do you think, do you think the skill sets required of good lawyers is changing, and should that change higher education?
I had an interesting talk with our keynote speaker at lunch about this concept of, when I boil it down to, I think of the essence of what lawyers do is this thing called legal reasoning. And depending on what you think of that, that can either be sort of a mystical thing that doesn't exist, or you can actually believe in that. And I am a big believer in that, and I think what lawyers do is distinct from others, and the application of that is always going to be super important. And lawyers, if they are at the heart of Western liberal democracy, where, hey, if there's not a fundamental fairness amongst the citizens and their governments and companies, then you're in big trouble. So, yeah.
Well, these are the essential skills we're teaching in first-year torts class, for example, is reasoning and thinking about the fundamental values and principles. So
yeah, I think in my closing view on that would just be that there's only so many hours in a day, I understand, but that has to be on top of that, and the technology skills and other things, those are never going to replace those fundamentals that you guys provide and have a key role in providing. So keep up the good work.
The comment on technology skills reminded me of one thing you said on the panel is you asked one of the panelists, does this mean that every lawyer needs to have an MBA and an engineering degree on top of their JD?
Yeah, his answer was disturbing, because he said what he really wanted was 3 more degrees after that he didn't already have. But I think Mike is a little bit of an outlier on that, and I think what you guys are pioneering is innovative ways for lawyers to pick up these other skills that they have.
Great.
Or they're going to need.
Well, thank you so much. It was a great day.
Yeah, thanks.